Hello.
Hello, hi.
Welcome to this episode of the JustSaying podcast. I am Costa The Creator. I am with Ash. Because he doesn't want his government name to be known. But you can find him.
You know what? I realized, I can say my real government name, man. It makes me look like I'm a shady dude. It's just that I'm a bit private.
Yeah, because I know to his long lost son who know his last name now.
He must know it by now.
And private. We are with Tavi live from Rwanda.
Hello.
Yes.
How do you say hello?
If it's morning, it's Maramutse.
Oh, Maramutse. And right now it's like afternoon. What is this?
Afternoon. I don't think they got something for afternoon. But they could ask like Amakuru. How are you?
Amakuru. Wow. All right, cool.
So Mwiriwe is good evening.
Mwiriwe.
Yes.
So today's episode.
Yeah.
Code switching. So let me define code switching for you.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
So I'll give an example of Ash.
Yo, okay.
Because you're sitting right in front of me.
Right.
There's different versions of you that people get depending on who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And you switching between those different versions is the code switching.
Right.
And I'll give an example. You're interacting with Caucasian people.
Right. The twang levels go higher. Okay.
If you hear us speaking next door, you wouldn't realize that it's the same person. And another thing is, ukaenda kumusha, and then ukaenda kugeto, all those, that's code switching. Because if you go in certain areas, or in certain area, not as
maybe
like
scenarios.
Exactly. That's the best word.
Yeah.
You'll quickly become isolated in a good or bad way.
Yeah.
One, you could be prey. Ukaenda kumbare, tenga maveji or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're speaking funny.
Yes. When by funny you mean
you don't switch the code. You don't switch the code.
Right.
You could actually attract the wrong kind of attention.
Yes.
Get yourself in
second days and whatnot.
Yeah.
So you know what? I realized that the other day. Funny enough, we should be talking about this. My wife was like, you seem to get along with everybody and you seem to treat people kind of with the same kind of mannerisms in a way. By mannerism, she means the respect that you give a CEO is the same respect that you give a vendor, is the same respect that you give. And she was puzzled by it but in my mind, I'm like, why are you puzzled by that? That's just, you just adapt to the situation and you say, okay, can you tell panitimbrangu ripa Borode Road, na Churchill. I can even park on the side and just rap to those guys. So my missus, the one day she's like, but where do you like, no. The reason why is because these guys, when they trusted me on a thing, I needed something, and I charge or something, and I didn't have money then, and I just told him, hey, bro, I'm
bring it back. Yeah.
And no one was like, okay, cool, dude. That's it. It's cool. Me when it's okay. But I came back and I started talking to him and I gave him his money and all that. And we formed a friendship from there.
Okay.
So some people don't do that and some people don't really care about all that. But the code switch...
Oh, these poor people.
These poor people. So I tend to want to just be... Do you know where I got it from my grandma? Just treat a person the way you would want them to treat you. It's a simple thing. I've always had it, and I'll always do it. But panozoita level your business, man. When you're doing business and the more you get older, the less of it you do. The way I see it, the less of it you do because you are now more self-assured.
Yeah.
You know what? My principles, Mama, I'll take them or leave them, but I will bend and flex. Because I'm a human being and we're talking to I'm talking to another human being. Let me hear you out, you hear me out. They go not to your room, I walk away from that situation. But code switching normally happens. Let me be honest. I'm gonna be honest here and tell the truth. When you're speaking to other races.
Exactly. And if you code switch very well, sometimes you can bring out the whole, I can tell this to you because, you're not like the other guys. That's the shit I'm talking about. And then, whatever's coming next is some racist shit.
Exactly. I can already prepare.
I can say, I've had, I've got a couple of different race friends, and I love them though. Let me tell you why. They're so comfortable with me that they can be racist around me. I love that because for me, I just want you to be the genuine person that you are around me. You know what I'm saying? And that for me,
don't be fake.
Don't be fake. There's a lot of so do you know what I do with some of my white friends? I tell them, tell me a racist joke. And they'll be like, no, man, I can't do that. Like, just tell me one racist. No, I do that so that, we get over the level of not telling each other the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because he's thinking, maybe I've got something again. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
Basically, the weird thing about it is, when code switching, the problem with code switching or the interesting thing about code switching is this: people who are not comfortable with themselves around white people or black or Indian people or whatever, they do that with the intention of trying to sound better than the other person without the substance of what they say.
Yes, that's true.
You get what I'm saying? So munaninga achida kuedza sound intelligent. When sounding intelligent is not the point of the whole conversation. You get what I'm saying? So sometimes what happens is that people who are not exposed to white people are the ones that code switch the most.
Yeah.
Because what happens when they do that is they think there's a gap. They think they're different. They think that they're better. When you go to an inferiority complex, thinking that white person is better than me. And so you overcompensate, trying to impress this person when it's not the case. When it's not the case, it shouldn't be. But
I think code switching, if you want to be successful,
you have to.
Is a must.
You have to.
Because, besides the racial thing, there's also class. Class sometimes can be in the way you talk, the things you talk. Do you know, like, when you get, even around people who do their business and what have you, when you start talking in certain terms, my figures and whatnot, sometimes you can disqualify yourself automatically just by what you just said.
Exactly.
And sometimes you can qualify yourself by being careful and code switching intentionally. You're careful. You give the right amount of information and not more than what's needed to get by.
So give me an example of what you're talking about.
Let's see.
Could you be saying to yourself, okay, not giving too much away.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you don't want to give the impression that you actually don't know what you're talking about,
and the more you talk,
the more you talk, the more you
talk,
yeah,
the more they see that this thing is moved.
Perfect example.
Yeah,
Chimoko.
Yeah.
Went on a chimoko on a date.
Yeah,
and this chick eats like a man. Not just any man. She eats like a builder. Does that not raise questions in your head?
It's educated and all that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
No, does that not raise? I mean, you may be able to pay for it, and it's not even about the money.
No, it's
but
about.
Does it not raise other questions? Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, but there's no. Zapa imi level manje ima standards zako manje. Also, the standards that you're thinking, okay, listen, this person. But you know what? If you really like that person,
but you know what? I see code. Yeah, grooming, man.
It's part of it. It's part of it where
you don't really know each other like that. Also, say, because the thing is, if you're dating, it depends. My levels, my stages. Because if we're dating, we've been on like 3-4 dates.
I think. Okay, I think code switching in dating is, let's say you're a woman and when you're around your girls, you eat in a certain way and you drink in a certain way. Maybe you actually drink everybody under the table. But you've met this guy, so in the first 3 days or 4, you can't just start like that. You could even start by saying, well, I'm not drinking tonight. Oh, you don't drink? No, I actually drink, but I think I'll just have a glass of lemonade. Then the next night, I don't mind a glass of wine, and so forth and so forth. You know, while you're still getting to know each other.
Yeah.
You can't just start by saying, you know what, give me the whole bottle.
Actually, Henny.
It is. And without a mixer.
Let me give you an example of code switching. I like how Costa said a lot of successful people are actually great at that. I thought I was quite successful until I realized that I was missing one key ingredient, and that was code switching. I only started code switching I think like 5 years ago. The old artist in me used to tell me that I have nothing to apologize. I'm who I am. So wherever I go, so when I'm around my white friends, I'll just speak the way I speak. When I'm around my black friends, I'll speak the way I speak. A lot of my friends are, high density. 90% of my friends grew up high density. So when I'm around in the hood of the crew, I am who I am. I never used to apologize. I'll dress the way I want, talk the way Then you get married and you still do the same. When you're around other friends, you talk the same way. When you're around your wife, you still speak to her the same way. You're around your in-laws, no apology, nothing. Hey, this is who I am.
This is how I talk. This is how I get.
So I never used to get that. And even at work, my own business, how I'd speak to my employees and fellow staff members. And, I wouldn't command that whole boss character, all in the name of, hey, this is who I am. I'm a friendly dude. Why should I speak like this to somebody and so forth? Not knowing that in that particular environment, that's what the fuck is needed to be the bound, and to be aggressive and not smile and not do this and this. So when I realized that now and I switched and I started code switching, my whole life became so much better.
Smooth, yeah.
So much better. When you're talking to your mom-in-law, speak in a certain way.
Yep.
It's like dressing. There's a type of dressing for a type of occasion.
Yeah.
So when you're talking to certain friends, sorry to say, even like you said, white friends or whatever, then you have to speak in a certain way because already by being black, they're expecting something from you. They're expecting you
to fail.
Exactly.
Yeah,
they're expecting you to be late and all those other things.
So
have you ever heard the statement? Have you ever heard the statement? You're cool for a black dude.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're cool for a black dude.
You're like you're different from the other.
Different from the other.
You're different from the other. You're different. You're different.
Yeah.
Exactly. So started doing that, I realized my whole world kind of like flipping open. You know, the world wants fake people. Then when you look at Jay-Z would switch it up. Now that he's a billionaire,
he
now
doesn't have to do shit.
I can wear my hair the way I want. I don't need to do shit. Because this is who I am. Same as Kanye. Kanye is wearing gumboots and a Grammys and shit like that. So
wait.
It's really,
As a side
it
note,
made my world so much better.
As a side note, Tavi, I know you always used to say this. Yeah, I believe you now. Kanye is a fucking genius. I'm just gonna say that. Just as a side note, because you know all that shit. You know all that shit he's doing.
Yeah,
it was leading up to him and then Balenciaga
because now,
so now you
all he was wearing was Balenciaga.
From day one.
He was all wearing Balenciaga. All that stuff they was wearing was Balenciaga. And check out all the kids that losing their mind with this shit. So anyway, that's another note. But that's code switching as well, man.
That's code switching.
Yeah,
that's code switching as well. Seriously.
So in terms of we have to be different people to different. You have to kind of play the part because
when you're with your wife, you're a husband. You gotta switch.
Yeah.
You know, you can't talk in a certain way. Because I used to make the mistake of when I'm with my wife and we're with their cousins and everything, I'll even be the same flirty self that I am. You know, around their cousins. So remembering that I'm disrespecting it. So I had to code switch. So now you shouldn't even be seen to have seen that this girl has got a nice dress.
Now you can't notice all that shit.
Which
you are
dress?
blind ass nigga. Because you know there's some of the shit. There was an aside. there's some women that walk past or whatever in your area and you're with your woman and everybody sees what everybody's seing, but you see Jack. You have to be that guy that doesn't see anything.
You have to be that guy.
Yeah. So
back in the day, I would think I know, but no, she's my best friend. I can tell her, can't I?
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
It's the code, my brother.
And you know what? One thing I've realized in business, relationships are as important as money, if not more.
Definitely
more important than money. And just as a public announcement, life is not fair. Just life is not fair, and the moment you realize that, because sometimes I feel like I can relate to what you're saying, Tavi, where I used to also just assume things are supposed to be equal, it's supposed to be fair, and I can be who I am, and you can't do that. You can't do that and expect to succeed.
No.
You have to be careful. I mean, like, look at the whole negotiations are China, the whole Ukraine situation. The whole Security Council thing. China is on Russia's side, but they won't say
exactly. That's code
Russia,
switching.
Leave Russia alone. Even India, when it came to a vote in the Security Council, the guys decided to abscond. They can't outrightly say what they want to say because they have to maintain relations with the West.
Code switching happens every day, guys. It happens every day. It happens between countries. It happens between, even within families. Because if I speak to this cousin this way, I speak to the other cousin that way, and this one responds to this mannerism. It's management.
Yeah, management.
You have to manage.
Management. It's so true.
Yeah, because you have to kind of manage all relationships. Because there's it's a weird thing. We should come with the code switching thing. The code switching thing also tells me that, no offense I love all my friends, but there's certain friends that I can't be with other friends when I'm with these friends. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm talking about? Because there's 2 or 3 people, if I say, let's have a drink, 2 hours, it's not going to end well. It's not going to happen. But they're equally important in my life because they give you balance. People don't understand, but you don't need people who agree with you all the fucking time.
That's true.
That's not the point of life.
That's true.
You need people to challenge you and tell you, listen, bro, what are you doing? You could have done better, or you should be doing better, or maybe you're doing well.
Actually,
whatever the case may be.
If you find yourself in a situation where you are the person who has the best of everything in your friend circle, just know that there's a problem with your friend circle.
Because they ain't telling you shit. They're doing a fat Joe on your ass.
And besides that, you're not challenging yourself to grow. You need people
who being a fat Joe. What do you mean, Ash?
No, I got the fake around you, man. They be fake. I'm telling you, or whatever it is. You're right. No, you have to have niggas that tell you, Asha, hey, yo,
people that challenge you.
Because you can't tell me good everything is good with you.
No.
S. is my favorite.
Friends like Stephen
Chodo in the building. Okay, let me shout out a few of my friends that I know that are very abrasive but are pretty cool anyway. Yeah. There's S. I got my friend. I got George Chinzo in the building. George talks his mind. God damn, George talks his mind. Jeffrey Jimeza in the building. 9 foot.
Chris
Wafa Kuchera.
Wafa tells you shit.
Tells you the truth whether you like it or not. You see those niggas.
Yeah, actually, you're also one of them.
Hey man,
especially after one or two sips of the alcohol.
I'm gonna tell you something. No. The thing about that is that code switching is necessary, guys. Let's be honest. It's necessary to get where you want to go.
Exactly.
Because what happens is this. Just imagine a situation where you want to get in. Okay, I'm using a very basic example. But open an advertising agency and it's white owned, right? You can't get to the reception and say, you get what I'm saying? And you're talking to this white dude. Already you are talking an abrasive so you get in there and then he's like, okay, hello sir, how you doing, sir? No,
the best thing is to call.
No, it's fantastic. So when can I get for the interview? Oh, fantastic. Oh, great. Lovely.
And Ash.
Yo.
And Ash. Like South Park. There's this episode of South Park.
Yeah.
Then be the token black dude.
You token black. You be the token black dude. So no, it's not very often that way. Not very many people have contact with white people, funny enough, doing business. But when you do, even there's some white black people.
Yes, coconuts.
There's some white black people. I've been accused of one a lot of times, but I don't give a fuck really. But that's just what you think and whatnot.
The switch got broken on one setting.
Yeah. So what happens is that with white black people, one is a high standard on what you should do and whatnot. So if you're gonna go to an interview in Zimbabwe, you're creative. Yes, you're creative, but ukaita creative wako chaiwo.
Unoziruza.
Azvude. Like you got a shirt on.
Yes.
You tucked in a little bit. You got a jacket.
Do you know what? For me, I'll give you an example. If I'm traveling out of town and I'm on the highway, I tie my hair back because every time my hair is down, I've got locks, by the way. Every time my hair is down, I get stopped by the cops 100%.
You see, that's the thing.
I don't know. I guess it's the locks.
It's the locks. Let me tell you a true story.
Tavi, you must be carrying some weed.
You must have some weed. And remember,
if I tie my hair, highly likely I'm not going to get stopped.
Yeah. So you see, I'm gonna put my friend Jeffrey Jimez on the line. Jeffrey, there's this thing that he hates the most about me. He's got locks as well, right? He's got this thing that no matter what we do when we go out, someone always asks him for a spliff or matches or lighter every single time. And he's like, I don't smoke weed.
And Jeffrey doesn't even smoke.
I don't smoke.
Why do you keep smoke too?
So it's always peeved him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where people already judge you from before you get to the door or you get the opportunity. You get what I'm saying? So that's the thing about that. So only billionaires and millionaires, about to be billionaires, can do what they want, like your Jeff Bezos.
Even they... they may not have to do as much code switching, but they still do.
They did it before they got where they got.
No, even as a billionaire, you know, I don't know if you've ever watched that show Billions.
Yes. Oh,
because
that's a very intense show, bruh.
Yeah,
very intense. Some really freaky shit goes on in that show.
Because now, if you imagine that you're dealing with my legislators and eager beaver politicians who want to make them a name for themselves. Off you, you know. And not only that, some people think they can make money off you, some think they can make you an example. I think you just have a bigger target on your back.
Yes, definitely.
Like when you look at, I'll give a recent example. The former CEO of Amazon, Jeff Bezos, he ordered like a super yacht. And it's like a multi-million-dollar thing. And they had to take down a bridge in the Netherlands, like a historic bridge, for it to be able to leave. And the thing is, the last time that happened, they said, we'll never do it again. So, look, the way the story is told by the media, it makes you think that he personally went and told them, guys, get rid of this. When more likely, it's more he paid for a boat.
And he wants his boat.
Yeah. So
whatever your company does and solve the problem. Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, it's like you go to Nando's, you buy a chicken. You don't know what happened for that chicken to be on your plate.
Don't start.
You know, and you probably are not too concerned about it. What you want is your
chicken on the plate.
Lemon and herb wings with whatever chips on the side.
Lemon and herb.
Yeah. So that's the same thing with these billionaires. That sometimes you just have a target.
You're right.
You know,
like a promo pitch.
Yeah. So for them now, I think to some extent they have to kind of code. I mean, if they could
code switch.
They could be flashy and all of that to a very great extent, but it just puts a bigger mark or target on them.
Yeah. So the weird thing about that, anyway, that's another episode actually. The simpler, the more money people get, the simpler they get. It's weird. They have less chains. They got less bling.
Yeah.
It's more about the function of a thing rather than the see me thing. Anyway, that's another episode.
In conclusion, the same way they say you are dressed the way you are dressed, I think it also goes for code switching. When you're in a certain group, switch the code, speak their language.
Yeah.
Adapt.
If you want to live a successful life. But if you don't care about those things, then you do you.
Then it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But remember, when you're doing that, remember who you are originally.
Yeah.
And go back to that.
Don't break the switch.
Don't break the switch.
Go
back to who you are around the people that you know who know you. That's it.
Yeah. So remember, like, comment, subscribe, share.